Hello, Midas here, back again with another TypeScript video, and today we'll be looking at non-primitive types. Let's hit it. So I've already created my new file here, so you can go ahead and create your one. And in the previous video, we looked at primitive types, and today we'll be expanding on that. These non-primitive types are types that built on the primitive ones. So in chemistry, you have your atoms, which are your basic building blocks. And then you'd have things that build on that, like your molecules and your compounds and whatever things of things of that nature. And in biology, you have your cells, and then you'd have from your cells you get your plants or your humans, animals, things of that nature. So a human would be a combination of cells, and in this case, the cell would be the primitive, and then your human would be your non-primitive, or your atom would be your primitive, and your molecules or your compounds would be your non-primitives. So the first non-primitive type we'll be looking at in TypeScript is your array. So the array is like a list of things. So let's say you have a soccer team. Your soccer team has people. It has soccer players. Then so a team would have a list of players. Or if you're doing a grocery and you have your grocery bag, and in your grocery bag would be groceries. So you have a list of groceries in your grocery bag. Or if you're making a grocery list to go do groceries on your piece of paper, you have your grocery list, something like that. So that was kind of a sucky example, but anyway. So let's go back to our soccer team example. Let's say you have your team, your let's say Chelsea team. Chelsea team, say Chelsea equals to, so to tell TypeScript is like, oh, okay, I actually want this to be a list or an array. You have to use your square brackets. So you go that and say, okay, Chelsea is an array. So this is what this statement is actually saying. It's saying variable Chelsea is an array, but actually not telling it what type of array this is. So to tell TypeScript the type of array that you'll be using for your variable, you know how we declare our types. So we go string, and then to tell it that this is actually an array of strings, you have next to your string keyword, you use your square your square your square brackets. So now we just told it, okay, this is our Chelsea team, which is an array of strings, and in there, inside your not curly, sorry, your square brackets, you can actually go and start defining strings within the within the brackets. So like I said, primitive, non-primitive types built on primitive types. So this is your non-primitive, which is an array, and it's building on the string. So you have your your array building on strings. So you can have the strings in the array. So now if I go, okay, Chelsea player Pedro, Hazard is left, not a Chelsea player anymore. Yeah. So we can go Willian. Then we can also go Higuain. I think that's how you spell it, I'm not sure. But anyway. There. So you have your string array. Now, there's actually two ways to tell TypeScript that this is an array of strings. So the second way to do it, let's use our second team. Let's call that Liverpool, and we'll say we want to tell it that okay, this is actually going to be an array of strings. So you actually do that by using the keyword array, and then you can say equals to, but it's red. Oh shucks, we are missing something. What are we missing? So it says generic type array, the T there, I don't know what that T means, requires one type argument. Okay, I'm lying, I actually know what it means. So to tell types, so now this is actually saying you need to tell us what this array is. And that T that you see here is a generic T where it says you specify what type of array this is going to be. But we want that to be, we want Liverpool to be an array of types of strings. So we can actually just copy this guy here. I'm going to paste it over there and then replace the T with the type that we want it to be. So we can go string. And then now it doesn't complain anymore. So now let's tell it our players. So we have Van Dyke. We have Van Dyke there. Then we have Mane, and then we have Salah, and that's our team. So we have Chelsea, which you told TypeScript that this is a type of string in this way, and we also have Liverpool, where we say, okay, this is a type of string, a type of an array of strings, but we did it in different ways. So you can actually use whichever way you like. I just find I like using this one, but you can actually use whichever one you want. But I feel like as a beginner, this might be more suiting because it actually tells you what it is. You're like, oh, array, and then you know it makes sense. It makes intuitive sense. So now let's have it on our two teams here. So you have Liverpool, and it says it's a string array, an array of strings, but it doesn't actually say it in this way. It says it in that way. It's because these two things are actually the same. Array of string and a string with your square brackets, these things are the same thing. So these two actually have the same type. They have different values on this side, but they actually have the same type. And the other one, which I'll just give a quick intro of, is it's like it's your object, which will make more sense when we, or which will make better sense when we actually use when we implement our own into our own types, making our own types from. So we'll actually do that in the next video, but I'll just introduce it here. So you have your const there. Let's just say we want a person, but we want our person to have a name. We want our person to have a surname, and we also want our person to have an age. So, or a date of birth, whichever one you want. So to tell TypeScript that this is actually an object of a person, we use our curly braces here, and then within our curly braces we can actually specify the properties of our person. So if I go name there, and we want our person to have a name, and the name would be Virgil, and then the surname would be Van Dyke, Van Dyke, and then the age would be 27. So these are our two non-primitive types that we're working with. So you have your array there, and then you have your object there. So what's nice about objects is you can give it your own properties. You define your different things. So you don't have to, like, let's say we had let me yeah let's say we have a person, right? But then we want to know their name, so we define const, and then we go person name equals to, let's just copy that there. We have Virgil, and then you have to define another one. Go person const person surname equals to Van Dyke. So this, you actually don't see that this actually belongs to one person. So now by just defining it as this here, we can actually say, oh, this is actually a person with a name, a surname, and an age, and things like that. So we can actually print this to the screen. We've seen the console log before here. So we can go person. Now compile your advanced TypeScript, and then run your advanced .js. So now there. So you see name, Virgil, surname, that, and then age, that. And then remember when in my first video when I said when we compiled our first TypeScript, and then the TypeScript file and the JavaScript file were the same. In this case, they actually won't be the same. Let's have a look at what our advanced.js says. So if I'm looking at that, it says it removed all the other types here. So it doesn't have the types that we used on, like in here. Don't mind the reds, it's just VS Code being wonky. So if I delete this file, the red will go. So it's actually saying cannot redeclare blocked scoped variables Chelsea. It's because there's another Chelsea variable in this file that's defined. So I can, if I delete that there, boom, that, come back here, it's gone. This will this won't be the case once we start making TypeScript projects. So in this case, I'm just working in a folder, and I haven't actually defined the settings of my project then. But when we'll do that in a later video, and then you won't see those things anymore. But you saw that the compiler compiled a different version of the file that we have. So what? Let me just run it again. Let me run that, build it, and then run that again. So when looking at this, it removed spaces. This space is gone. Those two spaces there are gone, and these types are gone. It's because JavaScript does not have types. So these are, it strips off the types from the JavaScript, from the TypeScript, and makes your TypeScript, but the code is essentially the same. So yeah, in our next video, we'll actually be looking at defining our own types. So this will start making wrong file. Let me delete that. Wrong file. This so this person object here will start to make more sense, and we'll actually start using them we'll use our arrays and our objects, and then we'll start actually doing some problem solving. Yeah.